Do you feel trapped by your own thoughts? Every day, limiting beliefs hold you back from your true potential. In this audiobook, you'll discover how to break free and unlock unstoppable success. Book: Break Free from Limiting Beliefs. Author: Elliot Hawke. Audiobook by ReadRealm. Introduction. Understanding limiting beliefs. Have you ever found yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed," or "I'm just not meant for that"? If so, you've met one of the quiet saboteurs that lives in every human mind. Limiting beliefs. These are the invisible chains that hold us back from reaching our full potential. They whisper doubts, amplify fears, and convince us that we are smaller, weaker, or less capable than we truly are. And the worst part, most of us don't even realize these beliefs are steering our lives. Limiting beliefs are not born out of logic or fact. They are the echoes of experiences, societal expectations, and past disappointments that imprint themselves on our subconscious. From childhood, we are shaped by what we are told we can't do, what we see others struggle with, and what we internalize from mistakes or criticism. A teacher saying, "You're not cut out for this," a friend mocking your dreams, or a past failure that felt devastating. All of these moments can silently become beliefs that dictate your future. Over time, these beliefs calcify, forming an invisible framework that governs how we think, feel, and act. Psychologically, limiting beliefs affect us in profound ways. They fuel self-doubt, create unnecessary anxiety, and reinforce patterns of self-sabotage. Emotionally, they can leave us feeling trapped, unworthy, or perpetually stuck. In professional life, these beliefs may prevent us from pursuing opportunities, taking risks, or stepping into leadership. In personal life, they can hinder relationships, personal growth, and happiness. Essentially, limiting beliefs are like an internal traffic jam, blocking progress and keeping our true potential in the shadows. But here's the liberating truth. These beliefs are not permanent. They are learned, and therefore, they can be unlearned. You can identify them, challenge them, and replace them with empowering beliefs that support the life you truly want. Breaking free from limiting beliefs opens doors to confidence, self-awareness, and meaningful success. It allows you to reclaim control of your thoughts, your emotions, and ultimately, your life. Throughout this book, you will embark on a journey to uncover the beliefs that have quietly ruled your decisions, your actions, and your self-perception. You will learn practical strategies to challenge and reframe these beliefs, replace them with empowering ones, and reinforce them through consistent actions. By the end of this journey, you will have not only the knowledge, but also the tools to break free and create a mindset that fuels growth, opportunity, and personal fulfillment. To start, let's begin with a simple yet powerful exercise. Take a moment now and write down 3 beliefs you suspect may be holding you back. These might be thoughts like, "I'm not capable of success," "I can't handle challenges," or "I'll never be confident in social situations." Don't overthink. Just capture the first beliefs that come to mind. This is your starting point, your first step in bringing hidden barriers into the light. Awareness is the foundation of change, and with awareness comes the power to break free. Remember, the journey you're about to take is not about becoming someone you're not. It's about peeling away the layers of doubt and fear that have been imposed upon you and stepping fully into the person you were always meant to be. This is the path to freedom, clarity, and self-mastery. Are you ready to break free? Chapter 1. Self-awareness and mindset. Before you can break free from the beliefs that hold you back, you need to meet yourself honestly, without judgment, without excuses. Self-awareness is the key that unlocks your personal growth, and your mindset is the foundation upon which everything else is built. If your mindset is rigid, your potential is limited, if it's open and adaptive, your possibilities are endless. One of the most powerful concepts in personal development is the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset convinces you that your abilities, intelligence, and talents are set in stone. It whispers things like, "I can't do this," "I'm not smart enough," or "I'm just not talented." On the other hand, a growth mindset understands that skills, intelligence, and success are developed through effort, learning, and persistence. It frames challenges as opportunities, mistakes as lessons, and setbacks as stepping stones. Limiting beliefs are born and nurtured within a fixed mindset. When you believe your abilities are static, every failure feels like proof that you're incapable. Every challenge feels threatening, and every criticism feels like a personal attack. Conversely, a growth mindset allows you to identify these beliefs as just beliefs, not facts. Recognizing this distinction is the first step toward liberation. Consider some common limiting beliefs. "I'm not good enough." "I always fail when I try." "Success is for other people, not me." "I'll never be confident in social situations." "I'm too young to start now." Do any of these resonate with you? The truth is, most of us carry a handful, sometimes dozens, of these mental barriers without even realizing it. They operate quietly, like invisible roadblocks, shaping our decisions, our habits, and even our dreams. The good news is that self-awareness is a skill, and like any skill, it can be developed. Start by observing your thoughts without judgment. Pay attention to patterns, triggers, and recurring doubts. Journaling is one of the most effective tools for uncovering these hidden beliefs. Take a notebook and write freely about your thoughts, fears, and self-talk for 5 minutes each day. Ask yourself, what thoughts come up when I face a challenge? What am I telling myself about my abilities? Where do I hold myself back and why? Another practical exercise is to make a self-assessment checklist. List areas of your life, career, relationships, finances, health, and personal goals, and next to each, write down any beliefs that might be holding you back. For example, under career, you might note, "I don't have the skills to get promoted." Under relationships, you might write, "I'm not likable enough." Seeing these beliefs in black and white helps you start questioning their validity. Let's bring this to life with a real-world example. Emma, a software engineer in her early 30s, had always believed, "I'm not creative enough to lead a team or propose innovative solutions." Every time a project required creative input, she deferred to others, even when she had valuable ideas. Through consistent journaling and self-reflection, Emma identified this limiting belief and began consciously challenging it. Each week, she forced herself to pitch at least one idea in team meetings. Over time, her confidence grew, her contributions became recognized, and she was eventually promoted to a leadership role. Her story is proof that awareness plus action equals transformation. Cultivating a personal growth mindset doesn't happen overnight, but small, deliberate steps can make a significant difference. Here are some tips to start. 1. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," ask, "What can I learn from this?" 2. Celebrate small wins. Growth is incremental. Every step forward, no matter how small, reinforces your new mindset. 3. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. Our environment shapes our thinking. Seek mentors, friends, and communities that inspire and support development. 4. Reflect daily. End each day with 5 to 10 minutes of reflection. Ask yourself what you learned, what beliefs challenged you, and how you responded. 5. Replace limiting language. Notice words like "I can't" or "I'm not," and consciously swap them with empowering alternatives like "I'm learning" or "I can improve." By practicing self-awareness and actively cultivating a growth mindset. You are already taking steps toward breaking free from limiting beliefs. You are starting to recognize that the barriers you face are not insurmountable. They are signals pointing you to where growth is needed. Remember, the mind is like a garden. If you plant seeds of doubt, you will harvest fear and limitation. But if you plant seeds of growth, resilience, and possibility, you will cultivate confidence, skill, and freedom. Your journey begins with awareness, and the growth mindset is your fertile soil. Nurture it, and watch as your limiting beliefs begin to dissolve, making room for the person you are truly capable of becoming. Chapter 2. Identifying Limiting Beliefs. The first step toward freedom is seeing your chains clearly. You cannot break what you cannot identify. Many of us wander through life with invisible barriers, blaming circumstances or others for our lack of progress, when the truth is far simpler and far more empowering. It's our beliefs holding us back. This chapter is about uncovering those hidden beliefs and shining a light on the patterns that have quietly controlled your life. Overcoming limiting beliefs begins with observation. Your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors leave breadcrumbs if you know where to look. Start by tracking your thoughts. Notice when a task feels too big, a goal seems unreachable, or a conversation triggers discomfort. These moments are often signals of underlying beliefs. I'm not qualified, they won't like me, or I'm destined to fail. By keeping a simple thought journal, you create a mirror for your subconscious patterns. Record not only the thought, but also the situation, your reaction, and the emotion tied to it. Over time, patterns will emerge, revealing which beliefs dominate your mind. Another crucial step is understanding triggers and self-sabotage. Patterns, limiting beliefs rarely appear in isolation. They are activated by specific circumstances. Perhaps you avoid speaking up at work because of a long-held belief that your ideas aren't valuable. Or maybe you procrastinate on a fitness goal because a past failure tells you, I'll never stick to it. Identifying these triggers is like mapping a minefield. Once you know where the mines lie, you can navigate with awareness and intention. Key distinction to make is fact versus belief. Your mind often presents opinions, fears, and past assumptions as truth. But just because your mind says it's true doesn't mean it is. Ask yourself, is this objectively true? Or is it a belief I've accepted without question? For instance, if you think, I'm bad at public speaking, is that a fact? Or a conclusion drawn from one uncomfortable experience? Learning to question the validity of your thoughts is a skill, and it's essential for breaking free from the beliefs that hold you back. Let's get practical. One of the most effective exercises is belief mapping. Start by listing areas of your life where you feel stuck. Career, relationships, finances, health, or personal growth. Next, write down statements that reflect your thoughts in each area. Then, for each statement, ask yourself, why do I believe this? Repeatedly, digging deeper until you uncover the root belief. For example, statement, I'll never get promoted. Why? Because I don't have enough experience. Why? Because I didn't take opportunities to learn earlier. Why? Because I always thought I wasn't capable. By tracing your thoughts to their origins, you expose the limiting belief hiding beneath. Honesty and vulnerability are essential here. It can feel uncomfortable to confront beliefs that have defined your decisions for years. But remember, discomfort is the gateway to growth. Lean into it. The more brutally honest you are with yourself, the faster you can identify the beliefs that truly need to change. To reinforce this process, try creating a thought record worksheet. Divide a page into 4 columns: situation, automatic thought, underlying belief, and evidence for against the belief. This simple tool allows you to see the narrative your mind has constructed and start separating perception from reality. Common areas where limiting beliefs manifest include career. I'm not skilled enough to advance. I don't deserve success. Relationships. I'm unlovable. I always ruin things. Finances. I'll never be financially free. I'm bad with money. Health and fitness. I can't stick to routines. I'm not athletic. Notice the themes. Many beliefs repeat across different areas. Recognizing this helps you understand your growth isn't about fixing one area. It's about shifting the underlying mindset that affects them all. Once you've documented your beliefs, categorize them into two groups, limiting and neutral, empowering. This is your blueprint. Limiting beliefs are the ones to challenge and reframe. Neutral or empowering beliefs are seeds to cultivate. Start small. Pick one limiting belief per week to investigate and challenge, rather than trying to overhaul your entire mental framework at once. Finally, take a mini action step today. Write down your top 3 limiting beliefs. Label the area of life they affect and briefly describe how each one shows up in your behavior. Keep this record visible. Awareness is not passive. It's the spark that ignites transformation. Every time you notice the belief influencing your choices, pause, question it, and take one small action that contradicts it. Each of these small steps chips away at the mental barriers that have held you captive for years. Identifying limiting beliefs is not a one-time exercise. It's a lifelong habit of reflection, honesty, and curiosity about your own mind. The more you practice, the more automatic this self-awareness becomes. And the more you see your beliefs for what they are, stories, not facts, the freer you become to live the life you are meant to create. Chapter 3. Challenging and Reframing Beliefs. Imagine standing in front of a mirror and realizing that the person staring back at you is not who you truly are, but a reflection shaped by fears, doubts, and years of invisible limits. That mirror image, it's built on your limiting beliefs. The moment you recognize this, something incredible happens. You realize you have the power to change that reflection. Chapter 3 is about taking that power and using it to reframe your mind, to replace limitation with possibility, fear with confidence, and doubt with clarity. The first step in this process is cognitive restructuring. This is a fancy term for a simple, life-changing idea. Your beliefs are not absolute truths. They are thoughts you've accepted as facts. By learning to question them, you create space to replace them with empowering alternatives. Every limiting belief can be challenged if you learn to ask the right questions. Is this really true? Where is the evidence? Who says I can't change this? Once you start asking, the walls that once seemed permanent begin to crack. One of the most powerful tools in this process is thought replacement. Instead of allowing a limiting thought to control you, consciously replace it with an empowering one. For example, if your mind says, I always fail, replace it with, I'm learning and growing with every attempt. It may feel awkward at first. That's normal. Your brain has spent years running on autopilot, but repetition creates new neural pathways. And over time, these empowering statements begin to feel natural, even true. Another technique is reframing negative experiences. Every failure, every setback, every uncomfortable moment carries within it the seeds of growth. Instead of labeling an experience as proof of inadequacy, ask, what lesson does this hold? How can this make me stronger? For instance, someone who is rejected for a job might see it as, I'm not good enough, or they could reframe it. This opportunity wasn't the right fit, and now I can focus on finding the one that is. Reframing transforms the story from victimhood to empowerment, shifting the narrative from limitation to potential. Positive affirmations for self-confidence are another cornerstone of reframing beliefs. Unlike generic pep talks, effective affirmations target specific limiting beliefs. They are short, present tense statements that you repeat daily to rewire your mind. For example, I am capable of achieving my goals. I am confident in my abilities. I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. To make them effective, combine affirmations with visualization. Picture yourself succeeding in the very areas your beliefs once blocked. See yourself speaking confidently in a meeting, completing a challenging project, or handling a difficult conversation with ease. The brain doesn't distinguish vividly imagined experiences from reality. So this mental rehearsal primes your mind to act in alignment with your new beliefs. Let's make this practical. Take one of your limiting beliefs from Chapter 2. Perhaps, I'm not creative enough to lead. Follow these steps. 1. Write it down. I'm not creative enough to lead. 2. Challenge it. Ask, what evidence do I have this is true? What evidence contradicts it? 3. Reframe it. I am capable of creative solutions, and I grow more capable with practice. 4. Affirm it daily. Repeat this statement each morning and visualize yourself contributing innovative ideas successfully. Real transformation comes from consistency. Let's look at a success story. Michael, a graphic designer, always believed, I can't handle leadership roles. He avoided opportunities to lead, thinking he lacked creativity and vision. Through daily affirmations and reframing exercises, he challenged this belief. He started small, mentoring a junior colleague, then leading a small project, and eventually managing a full team. Today, Michael thrives in leadership, not because he suddenly became perfect, but because he changed the story he told himself about his own abilities. Another exercise is the 5-minute reframe. Set a timer for 5 minutes and focus on one limiting belief. Write down the negative statement. List any evidence supporting it, then immediately write down evidence against it and create an empowering replacement statement. This quick, focused exercise helps retrain your mind to notice limitation and respond with possibility. Finally, remember, challenging and reframing beliefs is a practice, not a one-time event. Your old beliefs will try to creep back in, especially during stressful moments. The difference now is that you have tools, thought replacement, reframing, affirmations, visualization, to consciously choose your response. Each time you do, you reinforce a new, empowered mindset and weaken the hold of your old, limiting beliefs. Transformation happens in the space between awareness and action. Identifying beliefs is like turning on the lights in a dark room. Challenging and reframing them is walking through that room, picking up the pieces and rearranging them into a space that serves you. With practice, patience, and persistence, the reflection in your mental mirror begins to change. You start to see possibility, capability, and confidence staring back at you. And once you see it, you can live it. Chapter 4. Behavioral Change and Taking Action. Beliefs shape more than your thoughts. They shape your actions. Every choice, habit, and decision is influenced by the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you can achieve. If your mind whispers, I can't, you'll naturally hesitate, procrastinate, or avoid challenges. But when you start actively rewriting those beliefs, your behaviors begin to shift. And that is where real transformation happens. This chapter is about turning insights into action and moving from awareness to consistent, empowered living. The link between beliefs and behavior is simple. Your internal narrative drives your external reality. Limiting beliefs create hesitation, fear, and self-doubt, which often manifest as avoidance, procrastination, or self-sabotage. Conversely, empowering beliefs create momentum, confidence, and a sense of possibility. To truly break free, you must integrate these new beliefs into your daily actions, because without action, change remains theoretical. One of the most effective strategies is goal setting aligned with your new beliefs. Instead of setting goals based on obligation or external pressure, align them with the empowered version of yourself. For example, if you've reframed the belief, "I'm not creative enough to," "I am capable of innovative ideas," set a goal to contribute one new idea in your team meetings each week. Specific, measurable actions reinforce the new belief and provide tangible proof that your transformation is real. Another powerful tool is micro-habits. These are small, consistent actions designed to reinforce confidence in new behaviors over time. If self-doubt has held you back from public speaking, a micro-habit could be practicing a short speech in front of the mirror for 5 minutes every day. If procrastination has dominated your workflow, commit to tackling one small task each morning before checking emails. Micro-habits create a snowball effect. Tiny steps compound into significant behavioral shifts, reinforcing your new mindset. Accountability partners or mentors play a crucial role as well. Share your goals and limiting beliefs with someone you trust. Their perspective, encouragement, and gentle challenge will keep you accountable and provide external reinforcement for your internal changes. Sometimes, a mirror outside your own mind is the most powerful tool you have. Of course, the path of action is rarely smooth. Self-doubt and setbacks are natural. You may try, stumble, and feel tempted to revert to old beliefs. Recognize that these moments are not failures. They are opportunities to practice resilience. Each time you face discomfort and act despite doubt, you weaken the hold of your limiting beliefs. Celebrate every small win, no matter how minor it seems. Overcoming self-doubt is not about perfection. It's about consistency and courage. Practical exercises help. Bridge thought and action. 1. Daily reflection journal. At the end of each day, write down 3 instances where your beliefs influenced your behavior. Note any moments of hesitation or fear and identify the limiting belief behind it. Then, reflect on one action you took that aligned with your new, empowering belief. This reinforces awareness and creates a habit of conscious decision-making. 2. Action plan for facing fears. Identify one fear tied to a limiting belief. Break it into small steps and schedule when you will face each step. For example, if your limiting belief is "I can't network," steps might include: introduce yourself to one new person at a meet, send a follow-up email to connect, attend a networking event, and aim to speak to 3 people. Document each step and check them off. Action, not intention alone, transforms belief into reality. Consider the story of Sarah, a marketing professional who always believed, "I'm not confident enough to pitch ideas to executives." For years, she avoided meetings and stayed in the background. After reframing this belief and setting small, actionable goals, presenting one idea per week in team huddles, journaling her progress, and seeking feedback from a mentor, Sarah gradually built confidence. Within 6 months, she was leading key client presentations, proving to herself that the narrative she once accepted as fact was simply a story. And stories can be rewritten. Consistency over perfection is key. Daily action, no matter how small, compounds into profound change. Each time you choose to act despite fear or doubt, you are sending a message to your subconscious. I am capable. I am growing. I am moving forward. Over time, these messages strengthen neural pathways, making your new beliefs automatic rather than optional. Remember to celebrate small wins. Each micro-habit, each act of courage, and each step outside your comfort zone is proof of growth. Acknowledge progress regularly, and let these victories fuel further action. They are evidence that your limiting beliefs are losing their grip, replaced by the empowered version of yourself that you are actively creating. Behavioral change is the bridge. Between knowing and becoming, awareness opens the door. Reframing strengthens your resolve, and deliberate action carries you across the threshold. The journey is not about eliminating fear entirely. It's about learning to act in spite of it. Overcoming self-doubt is a practice, a daily choice, and a commitment to yourself. Each step you take transforms your mind, reshapes your habits, and moves you closer to a life unbound by limiting beliefs. Your beliefs are no longer invisible chains. They are tools ready to be crafted into the life you want. The next chapter will show you how to sustain this growth, ensuring that the empowering changes you've made last, and that your new mindset becomes your default way of living. Chapter 5. Sustaining Growth and Belief. Transformation. Congratulations. By now, you've identified limiting beliefs, challenged and reframed them, and taken meaningful action to align your life with empowering thoughts. But transformation isn't a one-time achievement. It's a lifelong journey. Sustaining growth requires ongoing effort, intention, and strategies to ensure that the beliefs you've cultivated continue to flourish. This chapter is about equipping you with the tools to maintain your new mindset and prevent old patterns from creeping back. One of the most powerful techniques for sustaining growth is daily personal development practices. Meditation, journaling, and mentorship are simple, yet transformative tools. Meditation strengthens self-awareness, helping you notice when old beliefs resurface and giving you space to respond thoughtfully rather than react unconsciously. Journaling consolidates learning and tracks progress, providing a record of your evolving mindset. Mentorship, whether through formal programs or informal guidance, offers perspective, accountability, and encouragement to keep moving forward. Especially during moments of doubt, your environment plays an equally critical role. Limiting beliefs often resurface when we are surrounded by negativity, pessimism, or unsupportive people. Pay attention to the energy around you. Seek communities, friends, and colleagues who inspire growth. Celebrate progress and encourage self-belief. Remove or minimize exposure to environments that reinforce fear, comparison, or stagnation. Growth is contagious, but so is limitation. Choose wisely which influences you allow into your life. Another cornerstone of sustaining belief. Transformation is continuous learning. Personal development is a lifelong process, and new knowledge reinforces new beliefs. Read books that challenge and expand your thinking. Take courses or workshops that push you out of comfort zones. Seek experiences that stretch your capabilities and provide evidence that your empowering beliefs are real. Every time you learn, you build confidence, resilience, and proof that your mind is capable of growth. Habit stacking is a practical strategy to make transformation effortless. Integrate empowering practices into routines you already follow. For example, combine your morning coffee with writing one positive affirmation, or reflect on one empowering thought while commuting. Pairing new habits with existing routines strengthens consistency, ensuring that your new beliefs are reinforced daily without requiring extraordinary effort. Over time, these micro-actions accumulate, making belief transformation automatic rather than optional. Periodic reflection and reassessment are essential. Even after months or years of growth, old beliefs can attempt to re-enter your mindset, often subtly. Schedule regular check-ins, weekly, monthly, or quarterly, to assess your thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. Ask yourself, am I slipping back into old narratives? What new challenges require me to reinforce my empowering beliefs? Awareness keeps transformation alive, ensuring that your mind continues to evolve rather than regress. Remember, sustaining growth is not about perfection. It's about progress and consistency. Small, deliberate actions each day create a compounding effect, reinforcing your personal development and resilience. Every time you practice a new habit, surround yourself with supportive influences, or learn something new, you are fortifying the beliefs that empower your life. Growth is not a finish line. It is a mindset and a practice that expands endlessly as you continue to challenge yourself and explore new possibilities. As you close this book, consider this your personal challenge. Commit to one lifelong growth habit starting today, whether it's a 5-minute meditation, a daily journal entry, a weekly course, or connecting with a mentor. Take action now. This is your moment to solidify the transformation you've worked so hard to achieve. Every step forward is proof that the person you are becoming is limitless, capable, and fully deserving of success, joy, and fulfillment. Break free from limiting beliefs once, and you open the door to a life where growth is inevitable, confidence is natural, and potential knows no bounds. The tools are in your hands, the path is clear, and the only limit is how far you are willing to go. The question now is simple. How far will you take yourself? Conclusion. Break free and transform your life. You've embarked on a journey from awareness to action, from recognizing the invisible chains of limiting beliefs to actively reshaping your mind and life. First, you gained self-awareness, understanding how your thoughts influence your reality. Then, you learned to identify limiting beliefs, uncovering the stories that held you back. Next, you challenged and reframed these beliefs, replacing doubt with empowering affirmations and visualizations. You took deliberate action, practicing new behaviors, building confidence, and stepping boldly outside your comfort zone. Finally, you learned strategies to sustain growth, integrating empowering beliefs into your daily life and continuously evolving toward your potential. Breaking free from limiting beliefs unlocks confidence, resilience, clarity, and the freedom to pursue your goals without hesitation. It is not a single achievement. It is a lifestyle, a mindset, and a continuous practice of self-empowerment. The most important step is now, take one action today, no matter how small, that aligns with your new, empowered self. Your beliefs shape your reality. Choose ones that set you free. Every thought, every decision, every action can bring you closer to the life you are truly capable of living. Your transformation begins now. Thanks for joining us in Read Realm, where every book finds a voice. If you enjoyed this audiobook, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a new upload. Got a book in mind? Drop it in the comments. You're next. Favorite listen could be our next upload. Until then, keep your mind open and your headphones on.